Namaskar. I am Dr. Nalini Avinash Wagmare, working as assistant professor at Tirak Maharashtra Vidyapith. This is my brief information. Today's our topic is related to interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary, its meaning, nature, benefits, importance, how it is helpful to in higher studies, and how social research also included in interdisciplinary. Very briefly explain about this topic in this lecture. For more reference, you can refer the reference books also, and you can, some books available in our library, even in our publication department also, you can refer more books related to this topic. Let's go. What is interdisciplinary? So in interdisciplinary approach to social sciences, in this we are going to study meaning, need, importance, and how interdisciplinary and other social sciences relationship, how it is helpful to in social research, also how interdisciplinary helpful to for higher studies, and how in our syllabus already mentioned that how Lokmanya Tilak would by the Swaraj in interdisciplinary angle, how we have to study. For related to special reference to Swaraj put by Lokmanya Tilak and his fourfold program and his relevance separately, another lecture I will take for this one. Here only its meaning, nature, and importance and benefits of interdisciplinary related this topic cover in this lecture. So meaning of interdisciplinary. The part of interdisciplinary studies, the prefix inter means between, among, in the midst, or derived from two or more. So interdisciplinary means of relating to a particular field of study derived from two or more. So disciplinary is one disciplinary. Interdisciplinary studies, your own disciplinary, two or more disciplinary help you take and you study, that is considered as a interdisciplinary. For example, I'm a history teacher. If I want to do research, I want to take the help of the sociology subject, help of the political science subject, help of the economics, more than two subjects study disciplines help I will take and I will study. That is considered as a interdisciplinary study. Now it's clear. So what is then disciplinary means of relating to a particular field of study? History is a one disciplinary, economics is a one disciplinary, political science, psychology are different disciplinary. But interdisciplinary, two or more subject mingle and that study helpful to the people. So that is called an interdisciplinary study. Interdisciplinary means of relating to a particular field of study or specialization. So a starting point for understanding the meaning of interdisciplinary study is between two or more fields of study. Then combining or involving two or more academic disciplines or fields of study. So various authors, historians, scholars given a different opinion about the interdisciplinary. So let's see a few definitions. The economics and history departments are offering an interdisciplinary seminar on Asia combining or involving two or more professions, technologies, departments, or the like as a business or industry. Social studies inherently interdisciplinary. Within the field of the various disciplines that comprise social studies link and intertwine. It is difficult to imagine studying historical content without examining the roles of persons. When role of person, we have to study the sociology, their motivation, then we have to study the psychology, where they lived, then we have to go to study the geography, climate, and other things. Then in the spiritual belief, we have to study the religion. Rules that govern behavior, political science and anthropology is required for us, or how people negotiate for their needs and wants. Then economic also important. So when we study a particular man and his life and his achievements, his events, so these all subjects are helpful to us. Outside the field of social studies, vital connections can also be made to language, arts, mathematics, science, and the arts that yield a deeper understanding of concept and ideas. So this interdisciplinary, here the person's mind shows and how many pictures you find here. You also find the music, instruments, then book, then ABC, then chemical lab also shows, then a circle is also mentioned, then colors also shows, then heart figure, scissor also showing in this, So in your interdisciplinary, you have to take various subjects, study, and you became more critical, skillful, and knowledgeable one. So this is the picture, keep in your mind, which shows very easy to understand the interdisciplinary in a different manner. Then the interdisciplinary part of disciplinary part of interdisciplinary studies. The disciplinary part of interdisciplinary study inside the academy, discipline refers to a particular branch of learning or body of knowledge such as physics, psychology, history. Discipline are scholarly community that specify which phenomena to study, advance certain concepts, organizing theories, policies, and other things. Each discipline has its own defining elements, phenomena, assumptions, philosophical outlook, concept, theories, and methods that are distinct from other disciplines. For example, history, we find the chronology, events, sources are different while consider psychology, while consider sociology, while consider the economics. So every discipline has its own concept, theories, methods. The categories of traditional discipline, there are three broad categories of traditional disciplines. First one is natural sciences. Tell us what the world is made of, describe how what it is made of is structured into a complex network of interdependent system, and explain the behavior of a given localized system. The social sciences seek to explain the human world and figure out how to predict and improve it. So natural science is a structured one, interdependent network. But the social sciences explain the human world, figure out how to predict and improve it. The humanities express human aspirations, interpret and evaluate human achievement and experience, and seek layers of meaning and richness of detail in written text, artifact, and cultural practices. Then meaning of interdisciplinary, I already explained that involving two or more academic, scientific, or artistic disciplines called as a, according to the defined by the Merriam and Webster, involving two or more academic, scientific, and artistic disciplines. Then the interdisciplinary study is a program that gives students the opportunity to take courses in English, math, psychology, art, history, economics, geography, Marathi, sociology, and more. It provides individuals with a solid foundation that they will be able to build their career and post-graduation education on. While developing skills and knowledge in an area, students will become equipped with the tools to succeed in their personal and professional life. More and more subject, if students study, he will get the more benefit and increase his knowledge. Then emergence of interdisciplinary is that the link between the discipline and interdisciplinary has begun to blur in recent years with the emergence of interdisciplines. These are fields of study that cross traditional disciplinary boundaries and whose subject matter is taught by informal groups of a scholar or well-established research and teaching faculties. Ethnomuseology, cultural studies, women's studies, urban studies, American studies, and public health. Some interdisciplinaries use a wide range of theories, methods, and phenomena, while others behave much like discipline by focusing on a narrow set of these. See, when women study, for example, I take the women study. It's not related to only sociologists. Even psychology also, they also study women study. Historians also focus on the women's, in particular women, position of women in ancient, medieval, modern, postmodern, even up to the now. Even economists also, they how the social economic status is changed. Psychologists also, economists also, even political her role in ancient period to modern period in political field. So they can refer this. So these are the research areas the scholars can do their research and they study interdisciplinarily. Comparing the disciplines and interdisciplinary studies, the 7 main characteristics of the established disciplines are compared and constant with those of interdisciplinary studies. These are differences and 4 similarities. The differences explain why the use of study in interdisciplinary study is appropriate. Interdisciplinary study does not lay claim to a universally recognized core of knowledge, as say physics does, but rather draws on existing disciplinary knowledge while transcending it via integration. Interdisciplinary studies has a research process of its own subject of this book to produce knowledge, but freely borrows methods from the discipline's other sources. Interdisciplinary studies like the disciplines seek to produce new knowledge, but unlike them, it seeks to accomplish this via the process of integration. Take the help of the other subject knowledge and start its own theories and methods. So here we find the differences, disciplines or traditional subjects like sociology, history, political science, economics. Then in interdisciplinary study, claim a body of knowledge about certain subjects or objectives in discipline, while compared to interdisciplinary claims a professional literature of increasing sophistication, depth of analysis, depth of coverage. Here this literature includes sub-specialties on interdisciplinary theory, program administration, curriculum design, research process, assessment. Most of important, a growing body of explicitly interdisciplinary research on real-world problem is emerging. While comparison to establish have methods of acquiring knowledge about theories to order that knowledge in discipline. But in interdisciplinary makes use of disciplinary methods, but these are somewhat under a research process of its own, involves drawing on relevant disciplinary insights, concepts, theories, and methods to produce integrated knowledge. While seeks to discipline knowledge concept theories related to their own domain. History theory, sociology theory, economic theory, their concepts are same in their particular subject and they are there only. But producing the new knowledge, more comprehensive understanding, new meaning, you may find in interdisciplinary. Recognized courses in discipline like history, sociology, political, economics, literature, psychology, etc., etc. But while compared to here in the interdisciplinary, it's beginning of form of core of explanatory interdisciplinary courses. Have their own community of experts. See, this teacher is history expert, this sir is psychology expert, this sir is economics expert. But in interdisciplinary, is forming its own community of experts have to require. Then train future experts in their discipline specific to master and doctoral program. Say this MA, BA history, MA history, PhD history in this particular discipline. But while compared to interdisciplinary is training future experts in older fields such as American studies and newer fields such as cultural studies through in its master and doctoral program. Undergraduate majors, though new and explanatory interdisciplinary PhD programs are started, emerging nowadays. If you are a BA history or you are up to 12th March, then you have taken commerce, then again you want to come to the arts field, then you have to do research in an interdisciplinary manner. So nowadays, the interdisciplinary PhDs are awarded, but subject knowledge is thoroughly required and you must be as a hard worker to understand these both subjects in a detailed manner. Then interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary just differences we find. Interdisciplinary within the subject area, then multidisciplinary between the subject areas. Arrangement of knowledge and skills with one subject area. Subject areas are independent of one another here in multidisciplinary. Respect the subject distinct conceptual structure find in interdisciplinary. Teachers plan ahead and coordinate the timing method of teaching of related topics in multidisciplinary. Aim is to integrate the subject knowledge and skills into comprehensive whole in interdisciplinary. Teachers do not attempt to draw together different subject areas perspective. Knowledge of skills within one subject area are connected with grade to grade. So this type of difference we find. Then co-curricular connections we find. Within subject areas, interdisciplinary. Between subject areas, we call as a, within subject areas, interdisciplinary. Between subject areas, multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary. Beyond subject area called as transdisciplinary one. Then why we have to study interdisciplinary? What is the benefit of studying this subject? The main thing is that nowadays in our Indian educational policies also they focusing more and more the students, the scholars have to take the subjects related to interdisciplinary, increase their knowledge, skills, everything. So here also some more benefit while we are studying interdisciplinary. In times of change, learners shall inherit the earth while the learned are beautifully equipped for a world that no longer exists. So focus on helping students to learn fully, use their brains. If you are studying only one subject, you are limited to particular thing. If you study more things, you utilize your knowledge. assist student in making learning connection between the discipline, one discipline to another discipline. Allow student to participate as active problem creators and solvers. If a history student, if a commerce student taken a history subject, so he is think whatever happened in the history, how I can study this one, how it is benefit to me and in the society, and what I have to take steps to for the good of the society and nation. So it creates the students' mind problems as well as solutions things. It creates responsible creative learners and gives students the opportunity to explore their interests and needs within the curriculum standards. Then other benefits, giving an authentic purpose for the learning and connectivity to a real world context. Consequently, the learning becomes meaningful, purposeful, and deeper, resulting in learning experience that stay with the student for a lifetime. Students cover topics in more depth because they are considering the many and varied perspectives from which a topic can be explored. Even critical thinking skills are developed, used and developed as a student look across disciplinary boundaries to consider other viewpoints and also begin to compare and contrast concepts across subject areas. So if one student taken the interdisciplinary perspective point of topic, he think more and more and solving the problems, and critical thinking increase in the minds of the student, and he is able to solve those problems in a correct manner. Then exploring topic across a range of subject boundaries motivates students to pursue new knowledge in different subject areas. Transferable skills of critical thinking, synthesis, and research are developed and are applicable to future learning experience. Interdisciplinary knowledge and application of different disciplines can lead to creativity started. If how can I solve this problem? Which steps I have to take, and how I use my mind to solve this problem? These are the critical thinking started. Then other benefits of this interdisciplinary, sharing ideas about your discipline and teaching with enthusiastic colleagues with a common goal. Common learning goals are addressed by multiple teachers in different classes. More efficient way to teach, increase student success. Seeing one's own discipline from a fresh and emerging perspective build excitement about teaching. Opportunity to learn from students, sometimes unexpected interdisciplinary connection. So here the students or teachers model continued learning, interest in their discipline and in those of others also. While a student has taken a topic related to interdiscipline, he also respects his own discipline, proud about it, and he also respects to other disciplines which helpful to him in his research, higher studies, and other things. That is also one things we find here. Then real world learning, not isolated educational experience, he found more opportunity for students to connect new to learning with what they know and are interested, provide more ways for students to learn and demonstrate their skills and understanding, highlight student strength, build confidence, overcome challenges and new difficulties. Then other benefit is they increase the development, their knowledge, transferable critical thinking, communication, encourage students to build their own interdisciplinary pathways if they have taken the interdisciplinary subjects. Then what were the challenges in the interdisciplinary? See, now we find that there are so many benefits of the interdisciplinary, but we also some difficulties or challenges while teaching the interdisciplinary subjects. Changing the curriculum can be very difficult. It requires collaboration, acceptance, change by teachers, parents, and administrators. Because there is no subject experts in interdisciplinary, they have to the disciplinary students come together, the parents also ready to agree that one, the administrator, they think and they do the work. Some teachers, student may have a hard time adjusting new expectation and role definitions. So every discipline think that their subject is okay, it's easy, the student has to follow that one, why he has to think interdisciplinary subject. This is also one hurdle. Then resistance by those who have found success within the old curriculum structure is very good. Why we change the, why we force the student to take this one. So this is one way, that's why the most of the people not taken interdisciplinary subject. An interdisciplinary program may not succeed if its members remain stuck in their discipline. And in disciplinary tools, interdisciplinary programs may fail if they are not give sufficient autonomy. So freedom is required, and the people come forward, the teacher come forward and make syllabus and give the information about student, about interdisciplinary, then student take an interest, then only it is successful one. Then interdisciplinary with other social sciences, just a syllabus point of I have mentioned here. So its relation with the interdisciplinary relation with the history while we study, its relation with political science, sociology, economic, geography, psychology, and other natural sciences also. Then interdisciplinary research is also mentioned in our subject. It is possible to identify key elements that practitioners agreed should form the basis of integrated definition of interdisciplinary studies. Interdisciplinary has a particular substantive focus. The focus of interdisciplinary research extends beyond a single disciplinary perspective. Interdisciplinary research is characterized by identifiable process of mode of interdisciplinary research has different the disciplines provide insight about the specific substantive focus of interdisciplinary research has integration as its goal. So when I take the social research lecture, we have to more think about this one. If you take any subject topic related to interdisciplinary, you have to take the other subjects also, and which is very benefit to one. For example, if you take this any science work, so you require the religious knowledge, you require the social, you require the knowledge about particular period, about the economic of that situation, the time, what was the social condition, economic condition, political condition, and what is thought and how it is benefit to society. So this type of interdisciplinary study also we can do. Then interdisciplinary studies is a process of answering a question, solving a problem, addressing a topic that too broad or complex to be dealt with adequately by a single discipline, and draws on the disciplines with the goal of integrating their insight to construct a more comprehensive understanding. Then a definition of interdisciplinary study, again, research point of view mentioned here, focus on problem solving and other things. Then social research is a research which is very related to society. In interdisciplinary, we have to study this one, man is the main thing, and related to natural sciences, we have to refer different laboratories in man. There is no laboratory, society is the main thing. So in this social research, we have to select a problem, collect the data, analysis, interpretation, and come to the conclusion. So in interdisciplinary manner, in another lecture also I take related to this social research and how it is benefited to one and all. Then benefits of social research is to problem solving one, to policymakers it is benefit, it is guided also social planning and other things. It is helpful to scholar research and other students. So these are the some research methods or techniques we adopted while do the social research. In interdisciplinary research also, written sources, survey methods, fieldwork, questionnaire, interview methods, expert opinions also. In qualitative, quantitative methods also, while we are doing interdisciplinary, these are all types of methods we can adopt. Qualitative methods basically we use in the social sciences. Under that we refer the techniques, interviews, questionnaire, observation. And interdisciplinary research, in terms of knowledge and research are very important because of helpful to the society. Many intellectual, social, and practical problems also solved by the interdisciplinary approach way. So interdisciplinary knowledge and research are very important because of unity of knowledge, enjoy greater flexibility in their research, more than narrow discipline interdisciplinary, treat themselves to the intellectual equivalent of the traveling in new land, new information, new knowledge produced to the people. So join Moran's book also, you can refer interdisciplinary as well as John's interdisciplinary approach and advantages, disadvantages. Jacobin's book also, you can refer for understand the more interdisciplinary relation with the social science, even interdisciplinary and disciplinary relation, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. You can refer these books and study more. Here only brief information overall of the subject is introduced here. Remaining to that social research as well as Lokmanya Tilak and is relevant to thoughts in relevant to Swaraj is explained in the other lectures. Thank you very much. And Ripko book is also very important in research process and theory.